Julia, welcome in, welcome back. Let's set up our new goal here. Let's do finger hearts 20. Thank you so much, Julia, for that. I really appreciate it. Gail, welcome in. Hopefully everybody's doing good. Julia, how's everything going? Wisco Sports 76, welcome in. If you're new to the live, please join the page. Lauren, how are you doing? How's everything going? We caught you at the tail end of the West Coast feed. East Coast feed, I'm sorry. Thank you so much. I'm doing pretty good celebrating my birthday. Oh, you celebrated your birthday. Oh, Julia, well, happy birthday. Oh, you're at work right now? Oh, okay. Is that your part-time job? Your nighttime one? I did. I had a really good trip. Thank you so much for that. Oh, it was on the 6th. Oh, happy birthday. Did you do anything special? Or just celebrate it with family and friends? BBC? Full-time. Oh, crisis team. Oh, okay. Got it. Welcome in to Wendy's Jewelry. Went to Cheesecake Factory for dinner. Oh, it sounds so good. Julia, their steak Diane is so good. Steak Diane potatoes. Any culture shocks? Let me see. What? Yeah, you know what's interesting is because over there, so like the thing is with Americans, when Americans go over there, we say thank you and we're very polite. You know, here in America, you know, the standard is you come to, like, say for instance you go to the grocery store and you say, hey, how are you today? And they say, oh, I'm doing fine, blah blah. You know, just those. Well, they don't do that in Europe. And hey, Mexi Pena, welcome in, welcome back. And it's funny because they know how to respond to you as an American. So, you know, the waiter would come and I would say, oh, thank you so much. And they would say, they wouldn't say anything, but then I would catch them like thinking, oh, this is American, I have to respond this way. And they would say, oh, you're welcome. And then they say, have a nice day. But it sounded very like rehearsed because they don't do that there. Just, I remember last, or it was 2 years ago when I was in France. When I got there, the girl that was at the register, she goes, "You're an American, huh?" I said, "Yeah." I go, "How'd you know?" She goes, "Because Americans, they come in and they say they're very kind and they say, 'How are you today? How was your day?'" And she goes, "And we don't say that here." She goes, "I always know when Americans come because they have this whole greeting entourage thing." Isn't that funny? It's interesting. You have to be there to hear it. Yeah, we're unnecessarily friendly. It's so true. Hey, KT, welcome in. It is so true. We are so unnecessarily friendly. Hey, Janelle Howell, welcome in. Thank you so much. How's everything in Washington? Yeah, we Americans are very nice people. Hey, Kid Lucas, welcome in to those of you who are on YouTube. We are too friendly sometimes. Right? It's good though. 50% at our goal. Thank you so much for that. Yay. We'll begin in a couple of minutes. We're just waiting to begin. We're just waiting for the room to get filled. Stacy, thank you so much. Welcome in. Mexipina, how's everything in San Diego going? How's the weather? You guys are probably having really good weather over there right now. Thank you so much for the finger hearts. I appreciate it. Kid Lucas, welcome in. John, I'll show that in a bit. Thank you so much, Lauren. We will, we're gonna have our beach background. Oh, good. Yes, this is very summer. Our beach background until September 22nd, which is the first day of fall. Yeah, John, I'll show those in a moment. So we have all of July, all of August for our beach theme, and then September we'll keep it up. We'll keep going. I'm trying to think if there's anything in between, but I don't think there is. It's just summer. No, until summer. But July we have, let me see, I've got 2 weeks left of my vacation, and then the last week of July I go back to work. And then kids come back the first week of August. I think it's gonna go by pretty fast. We're gonna miss it. The background. Yeah, it's very summery, huh? I know, right, Lauren? I gotta start thinking about the fall tree that we're gonna buy. What kind of fall tree are we gonna do? John, isn't it? We're already halfway through. Yeah. No, September 22nd, Lord, is when the first week of fall is. Can't wait for Halloween. I know. Yes, Marilyn Patterson, I agree. Yeah, Kimberly. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, Lauren, I was confused. Hey, Sheep Jam, welcome in. Yeah, the kids go back early August. It is early, yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Rach. Hey, Rach, how are you? Good to see you. It's good to be back. It's really good to be back. I came back Wednesday in the afternoon, and I was thinking I was gonna do it start the live up again on Thursday, but my body clock is still kind of off. I'm still waking up at like 4 in the morning. My body got used to it right away. When I was in school year, last week of August. Oh, Jamie, I appreciate that. K-pop Demon Hunters. No, but I've been hearing Sheep Jump. I've been hearing a lot about it though. K-pop Demon Hunters. I've been hearing a lot about it. I'm gonna check it out. Bobby, I was in Croatia for 2 weeks. I have some posts on my TikTok page. If you look back at those are the more recent ones. All the places that I went. When is the end of the school year for you guys? First week of June. Oh, is it? I'm gonna check it out. K-pop Demon Hunters. I love the title. That's great. Yeah, when I was in school, we would start it the day after Labor Day, September, and we only got like 4 days off. No, 2 days off in Thanksgiving. Yeah, it is much longer. It's stretched out, Lauren, I've noticed. We used to start Labor Day and we'd go all the way into Thanksgiving. We'd only get Thursday and Friday off. We had to go to school Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Thursday and Friday was the day off. And then just 2 weeks in Christmas. I don't remember getting spring break either. We'd go clear all the way through. Times have changed. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what we have in this. We're going to continue reading from Where the Sidewalk Ends. We're almost done. We have just a couple of poems left. This one is called, Hey Spooky Owl, welcome in. Yes, we are back. First day back. We're just getting started. This one is called Dancing Pants. And now for the dancing pants. Doing their fabulous dance from the seat to the pleat, they will bounce to the beat with no legs inside them and no feet beneath. They'll whirl and twirl and jiggle and prance. So just start the music and give them a chance. Let's have a big hand for the wonderful, marvelous, super sensational, utter fabulous, talented dancing pants. That's definitely a very 70s and 80s inspired poem, Dancing Pants. I won't hatch. Oh, I am a chickie who lives in an egg, but I will not hatch. I will not hatch. The hens, they all cackle, and the roosters all beg, but I will not hatch, I will not hatch. For I hear all the talk of pollution and war, as the people all shout and the airplanes roar. So I'm staying in here where it's safe and it's warm, and I will not hatch. He's being a very rebellious little chickie. But I don't blame him. Ooh, this is a nice long one. With his mouth full of food. Milford Dupree, though he knew it was rude, talked with his mouth full of food. He never would burp or walk out in the nude, but he talked with his mouth full of food. His mother said, Milford, it's crude and it's lewd to talk with your mouth full of food. Why, even the milk cow who mooed as she chewed never mooed with her mouth full of food. And the cuckoo would never have ever cuckooed if he cooed with his mouth full of food. His dad said, get married or go get tattooed, but don't talk with your mouth full of food. It was a crime, you would surely get sued if you talked with your mouth full of food. Why, just like an animal, you should be zooed as you talk with your mouth full of food. For you know we're all put in a terrible mood when you talk with your mouth full of food. They pleaded and begged, he just giggled and chewed and laughed with his mouth full of food. And all they advised him was simply pooh-poohed. He pooh-poohed with his mouth full of food. So they sent for the gluer and had his mouth glued, 'cause he talked with his mouth full of food. Now, instead of good morning, he says, Gn mamor. I won't talk with my mouth full of food. So they ended up gluing his mouth so he couldn't talk. That one was funny. My hobby. When you spit from the 26th floor and it floats on the breeze to the ground, does it fall upon hats or on white Persian cats or on heads with a pitty-pat sound? I used to think life was a bore, but I don't feel that way anymore. As I count up the hits, as I smile as I sit, as I spit from the 26th floor. Instructions. If you should ever choose to bathe an armadillo, use 1 bar of soap and a whole lot of hope and 72 pads of Brillo. A Brillo pad. The armadillo. I guess because they have hard shells, right? The worst. When it's singing songs of scariness or bloodiness and hairiness, I feel obliged at this moment to remind you of the most ferocious beast of all. 3,000 pounds and 9 feet tall, the glurpy slurpy scatgrawl, who's standing right behind you. Look at that gory monster. Those big, goofy eyes. The end. We need to save that space for the page of where we're at. So let me do this. The end. Where the sidewalk ends. Fun fact, a group of armadillos is called a roll and babies are called pups. Oh, really? A group of armadillos is called a roll and babies are called pups. Interesting. Did not know that. Where the sidewalk ends. Let's take a vote. 1 through 10. What do we give where the sidewalk ends? We're not drinking hot tea. We're drinking cold tea now. We got these fun mason jars with these metal straws. 1,000 out of 10. 10,000 out of 10. You really like that one, huh, John John? We're drinking chamomile honey vanilla with a honey base. Save the turtles. Yes. Hey, Magali, welcome in. Magali, how's everything going? I missed you guys too. I really missed the live and the conversations with the live friends. Did we vote on that? Did you guys vote? We have 30 people on a live tonight. On the live. Okay. In between each of the books, I'm going to show you a couple of things that I bought. I was so lonely without your life. I love it, Magali. Thank you so much. I'm going to show you a couple of things that I purchased while I was on vacation. And I have a good book for you guys too that I purchased. I'm a little. I'm gonna say, oh, thank you so much, Alex Travels. Oh yes, did have a really good time. I have a lot of my posts on my TikTok page if you want to look at those. When I was in Dubrovnik they have a lot of cats, and they love their cat souvenirs. So when I found this bag, I thought I have to get it for my library hauls. Guys, look at that. Isn't that the cutest thing ever? So when I go to our library hauls on the weekend, I'm going to take this bag with me. And I'm going to be able to put the books in it and carry it out. Like this. I know, it was like Bam Bam and Pebs. You're right. Isn't that the best? I saw this, I thought I had to get it. They had different cat designs on it. They had one that had like a red cat on it. But I saw this, I thought this is too cute. So really fun. Then I found this one when I was in one of the islands there. There's a boat. Hey, Victoria, welcome back. Yeah, isn't that a good bag, Victoria? This lady, she took all her old vinyl records, or she would probably get vinyl records. These were old ones. These aren't new vinyl records because they were all like these old, like 70s and 80s. And she would take her vinyl records and she would make different art pieces out of them. And she made a purse out of this one. Victoria, isn't it? When I saw this and I saw the rivets, I was like, I have to get this. But the most interesting thing about this, though, is it's Madonna's actual album, True Blue, but in a 45. Isn't that great, Lindsay? Uh-huh. Yeah, we love a good rivet. And what she does is she puts this lining here. It's like it's a purse. But this is side one, And this is side 2. And these are the actual songs on it. Papa Don't Preach, Open Your Heart, White Heat, Live to Tell. And then, but that's like a real label. And then it has this chain. Really cool chain. When I saw it, I thought, I have to get that. I have to get it. So I purchased it. Isn't that fun, Victoria? I know, guys, really cool. So what I'm gonna do with it is I've already I hung it on. I put a nail next to the front door, and I'm hanging it on the wall. And I'm gonna put my wallet and extra change in there because I used to put my wallet and keys on here on this. But ever since I moved it, I don't have a place. So now I have a place. It's gonna be right next to the door. Isn't that cool? It's like so cute. And on my TikTok and Instagram, I made a posting of it, and I put the creator's website on there. She does like a whole bunch of different ones. Lindsay, I got this one in Croatia. If you look on my Instagram page, I made a post of it, and the lady's Instagram is on there. She does a whole bunch of different ones for different bands. She's got this really cool Rolling Stone one with the tongue on it, the Rolling Stones tongue. Love it. I tagged her on it. I was hoping she would, because when I purchased it, the owner wasn't there. Her friend was, so she was showing me everything. I wanted to say thank you to the creator. I got it in this place called Hvar, Hvar. It's one of the islands in Croatia. It's really pretty. All right, let's look and see what we have in the stacks. We have a lot of Mr. Putter and Tabbies. So we're gonna look and see which Mr. Putter and Tabby we're going to read next. Oh, here they are. We're going to read. Oh, Alex, you're going to love it. It is so beautiful. You're going to love that island. We're going to read Mr. Putter and Tabby Walk the Dog. We love a good Mr. Putter book. Mr. Putter and Tabby Walk the Dog. Oh, Spooky Owl Island. Alex, are you just going to, how far are you going to go to Split and Dubrovnik? Because they're really close. Oh yeah, let me go ahead and do a fish update. This is Prince Lizzie Fish. She got a new filter for her water today. See her right there? She's swimming around. Prince Lizzie Fifth. She still likes to hide in her flora and fauna. But she's doing really good. She got some new water too. Oh, thank you so much, Kellerman. I appreciate that. Yeah, Prince Lizzie Fish. Split as well. I'm so excited. Yeah, Alex, check those out. You're going to have a really good time. It's gorgeous over there. She got some new water. We got her some, let me see. Let me show you guys the water. So there's this water called Top Fin Pre-Conditioned Beta Water. So she gets the best of the best. So the water line was down to here when I came back. So we filled it up. Yes, shout out to Liz. We filled it up with some fresh water. She got a new filter. So we're waiting for that water to clear up. I was noticing that it was a little bit hazy when I came back. I was like, We ain't doing that. Let me get that closed up. John, it is. Fiji water for fishes. Exactly. Only the best of the best for our Prince Lizzie fish. She's doing good. And I've noticed she's grown too. She's gotten bigger. But she's hiding in her floral and her little fun. She's a silly little fish. She just likes to hide in there. So funny. Yeah, only the best for Lizzie. All right. The Lollipop. Mr. Putter and his fine cat, Tabby, lived next door to Miss Teaberry and her small dog, Zeke. So there's Mr. Putter, there's Mrs. Teaberry, Zeke, and there's Tabby. Now you notice that Miss Teaberry, she's got the S at the end, so she's married, but we never see her husband though. Maybe she's a widow. Miss Teaberry sometimes gave Mr. Putter eggplant for his supper, and Mr. Putter sometimes gave Miss Teaberry kiwis for her lunch. Miss Teaberry, she loved a good kiwi. They were very happy living side by side. Aw, they took care of each other. They took care of each other. One day, Miss Teaberry slipped on a kiwi and hurt her foot. Mr. Putter and Tabby took her to the doctor. Aw, that was nice of them. The doctor said, "The foot needs a rest. No walking Zeke for a week." No walking Zeke for a week, cried Miss Teaberry. But who will walk my little lollipop? She always called Zeke her little lollipop. Lauren, I don't know. Probably gonna have a big wedding at the end. Then Mr. Putter, who had a very soft heart, said, "I will walk your little lollipop, Miss Teaberry." Or lollipop. Miss Teaberry was happy. Oh. But she was a little worried. "I hope he doesn't tug," she said. "Oh no," said Mr. Putter. "Zeke won't tug." "I hope he doesn't wrap around trees," she said. "Oh no," said Mr. Putter again. "Zeke won't wrap." Miss Teaberry, she's really possessive over her dog. "And I hope he doesn't chase other dogs," she said finally, "especially the big ones." "Oh no," said Mr. Putter for the last time. "Zeke is a good dog." "Zeke is a fine dog." Mr. Putter looked at the little lollipop. "Zeke is a dream dog," Mr. Putter said with a smile. Oh, I like his old Studebaker. Aren't they cute? Hey Anna, welcome back. Yeah. I got my wine. Glad you're still on now. I can fully. Oh, BD too. Yes. Excellent. Yeah. We love a good wine too. Hey Anna. Chapter 2, The Nightmare. Zeke was a nightmare. The first day Mr. Putter and Tabby took him for a walk, he tugged. He tugged and he tugged and he tugged. He tugged Mr. Putter and Tabby through the yard and creeks and houses they had never been through before. So Zeke was a nightmare. That is so funny. When Mr. Putter and Tabby got home, they had to have some warm milk and pudding and a nap. Oh, he tired them out. Zeke is not a dream dog, Mr. Putter said to Tabby when they woke up. Zeke is a nightmare. Look at Tabby's face. Oh no, what are we going to do? The second day, they took him for a walk. Zeke wrapped around the trees. He wrapped around the elm tree. He wrapped around the pine tree. He wrapped around the pear tree. And he always wrapped Mr. Putter and Tabby with him. Oh, he's doing everything that Mrs. Teaberry warned them about. Do people actually warm up milk? I know, huh, Bobby? I never liked it. I remember when I was a kid, my mom would make us warm up our milk because we had have it with cereal. Yeah, this is a really cute page. We'd have to eat it for cereal instead of drinking it cold, and I hated it because it would get all bubbly. That was winning. Oh, how fun! When Mr. Putter and Tabby got home, they had to have some warm milk and popovers and a nap. Zeke is not a dream dog, Mr. Putter said to Tabby when they woke up. Zeke is a nightmare. They're really drilling that in. The third day, Zeke chased dogs, and he didn't chase little ones, he chased big ones. He chased a Russian wolfhound, he chased a Great Dane, he chased them until they got bored with being chased. I guess Mrs. Teaberry had him disciplined, but now that he's with somebody new, he's going to do everything he wants to do. Then they turned around and chased Zeke and Mr. Putter and Tabby. The big dogs chased them through the yards and creeks and houses they had never been through before. When Mr. Putter and Tabby got home, they had to have some warm milk and shortbread and a nap. Zeke is not a dream dog, Mr. Putter said to Tabby when they woke up. Zeke is a nightmare. And the two of them sat a long time wondering what to do. They weren't sure they could live through 4 more days with a lollipop. That's why I like cats, because they're not so demanding. Chapter 3, The Dream Dog. Here's the deal, Zeke, Mr. Putter said on the 4th day. You be a good dog, and every day after our walk, you'll get a nice surprise. Yeah, he does have Mr. Putter's stress eating. Right. John Donne, if I had a house, maybe. But it would have to be a small dog. It'd have to be a small dog, only because big ones are just... Zeke was a smart dog. He knew what a deal was. The 4th day, he didn't tug, he didn't rap, and he didn't chase. He was a dream dog. Hey, Chiquita, welcome back. Yeah, I'd much rather have a small dog. So Mr. Putter and Tabby took him to the Frosty Freeze. Zeke had a hot fudge sundae with extra cherries. The 5th day, Zeke didn't tug, and he didn't rap, and he didn't chase. He was a dream dog. I think he found the secret to controlling Zeke. So Mr. Putter and Tabby took him to the swimming pool. He jumped off the diving board 15 times. On the 6th day, Zeke was a dream dog, and he went to the carnival. Look at his face. Hey, Sonica, welcome back. On the 7th day, Zeke was a dream dog, and he went to the zoo. When Mr. Putter and Tabby took Zeke home for the last time, Miss Teaberry asked, was Zeke a good lollipop? And Mr. Putter, who had brought her pecans instead of kiwis, smiled the biggest smile. He said Zeke was a dream lollipop. Aw. Then he and Tabby said goodbye, and he went home and had a party. Look at that picture. There's a lot going on here. We got cookies, They've got their little tea set out, pie, a blueberry pie. Tabby, all his dog friends. Isn't that a cute picture, Bobby? There's Mr. Putter blowing up a balloon for him. There's another dog here. Oh yeah, that's a dog tail. It's like, what is that? That's just the end of the dog's underneath the table. There's a lot going on in that one. The end. Mr. Putter and Tabby walk the dog. This is a good one. This one, a good one. Let's take a vote. See what we're thinking so far. We started with where the sidewalk ends. 1. And then we just finished Mr. Putter and Tabby walk the dog. 2. Let's take a vote in the comment section. Let's see what you're thinking at this point. What are we thinking so far? Lauren 2, Spooky Owl, Infinity. I love it. Lisa Brown 2, John 2, Katie 2. Yeah, we love a good Mr. Putter story. We love a good Mr. Putter. Neither, just here for the vibes. Lola, I love it. Yes, we are tapping like crazy. We're at 11K. That's really good, Russ. Thank you so much. We have a new container for our tea. We're going to be drinking cold tea now, iced tea. We got a really fun straw, metal straw. These straw guys, if you live near a Daiso, I think it's called Daiso. Where's the ice cream? I know, right? They sell these metal straws, and they sell brushes, the little brush that you can put in to clean it, so it doesn't get all gucky inside. Lauren, highly agree. They've got some fun stuff there. Where's the ice in the ice? Okay. Yes, we've elevated the tea. We elevate the children's literature genre, and we elevate the tea. The ice melted. Lola, that's it. Yeah, they have really good cleaning brushes there. Yeah. Storage gadgets. Yes, they do, Lauren. Lots of good things to look at. What scent is the candle? I have a candle. I want to burn it right now. Oh, BD, it's we are burning a Calming Skies lavender and peppermint. I forgot to look at the title of that. Yes, Anna, we're doing our beach theme. It's our beach theme. We're going to be getting some lights. Oh, I love lavender. Yes, the Japanese. Laura, they do, huh? We're going to be getting some lights. When I purchased this, there's supposed to be green lights up here, but only the bottom half works. So I'm going to get some sandals, and I purchased some sandals and I think popsicles for the lights up here. Oh yeah, that's okay. Thank you so much for that gift. I really appreciate that. Yeah, so that's supposed to be coming in next week. I didn't want to wrap it up and send it back to Amazon for a new one. It's such a pain in the butt. So I was like, you know what? Let me just give. The beach is giving Love Island. Chiquita. Yeah, it's our beach themed for the rest of the summer. Bobby, exactly, right? But we're going to be getting, our next one is going to be a fall tree. So we're going to get something similar to this, but it's going to have the fall leaves on it. That'll start September 22nd. And we'll get all our fall books out. Hey, from the attic, welcome in. Welcome back. All right, let's look in the stacks and see what we got. Let's read this one. I've been saying this one. This one's called Hair B&B. Hair B&B. Thank you so much, Nahal. I appreciate that. From the attic, doing really good. First day back. This is our first live back since vacation. So feeling really well rested. We love a good end page. We forgot about our end pages. We love a good end page. Lots to do with bunnies and rabbits. Hair B&B. Her name was Harriet, but everyone called her Harry. Harry was an only child. Then, unexpectedly, her mother had identical septuplets. That's a good way to start. Thank you so much from the attic. I appreciate that. Yeah, lots of pastels. Very true. Lots of pastels. So then, unexpectedly, her mother had identical septuplets. So let's see. She had 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look at 7. So she was an only child at one point, but then her mom had a whole bunch of kids. Look at the mom. She's just kicking back. 7's a lot of work, said her father. Harry will help, said her mother. And Harry did. I love it. I'm glad you guys enjoy it. Look at those pictures. So she's had 7 kids. And she's got all of them actively working in this little cradle thing here. Look at all of them. So Harry had to help out. She warmed bottles and changed nappies. She got the babies up in the morning and tucked them in at night. She told them stories and gave them piggyback rides. Harry loved her brothers and sisters. Their names were Barry and Perry, and Mary and Larry, and Jerry and Carrie. Oh, and also Terry. Very creative. Imagine having all those kids at once. I guess as a rabbit, it's possible. One day, Harry took Barry, Perry, Mary, Larry, Jerry, Carrie, and also Terry for a long walk in their large pram. The large, look at their, that's like a whole little city in there. And look at the little home that they're going to. Very whimsical drawings. When they came home, a police officer was waiting. Harry said, "What's wrong?" "It's your parents," said the constable. The news was bad. Oh no. That took a turn. I think Harry's going to be stuck with her brothers and sisters. A coyote came knocking. This coyote was a master of disguise. She was dressed as an encyclopedia salesman. Harry's mother and father, who prized education, let her in. And that was that. That is the most creative way of showing how parents died. Isn't that funny? A coyote had come knocking. This coyote was a master of disguise. She was dressed as an encyclopedia salesman. Right? Harry's mother and father, who prized education, let her in. And that was that. Aww. How sad. I know, right, Edie? That was that. Aww. Harry was distraught. She said, Why them? Why us? Why here? Why now? Sometimes, the constable said, bad things happen to good rabbits. We are not rabbits, said Harry. We are hares, and now we are alone. Aww. Oh, he's showing the difference between a rabbit and a hare. How scary. Reminds me of Shania Twain. Remember Shania Twain? Her parents died and she had to take care of her brothers and sisters. That night, Harry gathered the septuplets for a meeting. We may be orphans, but we are still family, she said. To keep our home, we must earn money. But how? Asked the little ones. Thank you so much from the attic. I really appreciate that. Mama and Papa's room is empty. We can take in paying guests. We'll offer a bed at night and breakfast in the morning. We'll be a hare, B and B. I can prepare the breakfast. Each of you must do something to help. Oh, that's very cute. A hare, B and B. Eyes itching. Right, Lauren? That's a good way. That was that. I can dust, said Barry. I can vacuum, said Perry. I can wash dishes, said Mary. And I can dry dishes, said Larry. Yeah, okay, so everybody's stepping in. I can launder linens, said Jerry. And I can hang them on the line, said Carrie. I can entertain our guests with soothing music, said Terry, who was learning to play the harp. Some of Harry's best friends were birds. They advertised by Twitter. Guests arrived. This must be a very updated, very recent book. They advertised by Twitter. The birds. Isn't that funny? There was a squirrel attending a high school reunion. There was a skunk who looked like trouble but was perfectly jovial, and so on. Oh, look at the. Looks like Pippa the Pew from the Warner Brothers cartoon. Peppy the Pew, the skunk. They all liked the Hare B&B. The birds tweeted their good reviews, scrumptious breakfast, comfy bed, soothing harp music, and so on. It was a success. They took to social media, gave them rave reviews. One evening, quite late, there came a knock on the door. Harry answered. On the porch was a homely rabbit. May I help you? Said Harry. Uh-oh. I think that's a very familiar culprit. I hope so. I'm going to my sister's wedding. I'm the maid of honor. I thought I could make the journey in a single day, but it's getting dark. May I stay at your Hare B&B? Yes, said Harry. Our room is available. Uh-oh. That doesn't look too safe to me. Thank you, smiled the unappealing rabbit, showing her yellow teeth. We hares must stick together. Harry was surprised. She knew her rabbits from her hares. This was no hare. Watching their guests walk upstairs, Harry suspected this was no rabbit either. Oh, good. They've caught on. Look at him. His tail. It doesn't look like a hare or a rabbit. Your room, said Harry. Perfect, said the appalling rabbit. Breakfast in bed is at 7 sharp, said Harry. I can hardly wait, said the misbegotten rabbit. She burped. Her breath smelled of meat and barbecue sauce. Good night, said Harry. She closed the door. Something was amiss. Gross. This book is funny. Harry put her eye in the keyhole. She watched the hideous rabbit remove her long, rabbity ears, then her pink, rabbity nose, then her cotton puff, rabbity tail. Harry had seen enough. So there he is looking in the peephole, and the coyote's taking off his outfit. And he's sitting on the bed. Look at his claws. It's an interesting picture. Pink happiness. And he's got hair sauce. Airbnb. That is so fun. Oh, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. The paper crane. Thank you so much from the attic. She woke the septuplets and they made a plan. Well, they're going to try to get rid of that coyote. That's the one that killed the parents. He ate them. The next morning at 7 sharp, Harry knocked on the guest room door. "Come in," croaked the beastly rabbit. Knock, knock. Look at the news he's watching. Fox News. That is so funny. What year is this made? What year is this one? Let me see. What is the copyright? 2021. Yeah. It's very recent. Harry entered. On a tray she carried a pitcher and a bowl. "Is that my breakfast?" said the horrid rabbit, who looked truly dreadful. "It is," said Harry, "and here are my 7 little brothers and sisters to meet you." And they crowded around. Yes, fairly new. He's bringing breakfast in. "Goodness," said the grizzly rabbit, "aren't you the dearest things? Don't you all look sweet enough to eat?" She chuckled, dribbled. "And all orphans," said Harry. "We lost our parents to a coyote who was a master of disguise." "The villain," said the monstrous rabbit with great feeling. "Come closer, darlings, and call me Auntie. Come very, very close and give Auntie a hug." "May we, Harry?" asked the septuplets. "You may," said Harry. And did they hug her? Well, not exactly. Uh-oh. Tickle powder. They're surrounding him. So funny. Oh, let's see what happens. They created a whole bunch of chaos. Rip. Bon bloop. I know, huh? Hey, Allie, welcome in. Aw. Okay. We'll be back. We're back in our routine. Barry and Perry jumped on the revolting rabbit and tickled her till she roared. Mary and Larry jumped on the repugnant rabbit and pulled off both her ears. Jerry and Carrie jumped on the repulsive rabbit and pulled off her nose and her tail. "Why, Auntie, you're no hare and you're no rabbit either. You're a big old coyote." Looks like they jumped him. "Curse you," she snarled, and tried to grab them and gobble them up, but she couldn't. Terry had tied her up her hands and feet with harp strings. "And now," said Harry, "it's time for breakfast." In the jug, Harry had molasses, which she poured on top of the coyote. Thank you so much, Lord. I appreciate that. If you ain't a nappin', you're a tappin'. Let's see what these guys do. "Aroo!" howled the coyote, who prized cleanliness and was now a sticky mess. In the bowl, Harry had feathers, which he dumped onto the molasses. "Achoo!" sneezed the coyote, who was allergic to plumage. The kerfuffle was so loud, and Constable stopped to investigate. Save me, cried the coyote, who was thoroughly miserable. Take me to jail where I'll be safe. They took Molasses and feathered him. I love that. But the constable, who prized open doors over locked ones, had a different idea. They escorted the coyote to the bus station. They secured for her a sandwich and a one-way ticket to the distant riverside town of Alias on Grill, famous for its exquisite barbecue restaurants and plentiful costume shops. Perhaps there, said the constable, you'll lead a life that brings more happiness than harm. Perhaps, said the coyote, who was unaccustomed to feeling sore before noon and wondered if a change of direction might be in order. Molasses, Alola, a type of syrup, or yeah, it's a type of syrup that comes from a tree, baking and making brown sugar. Yes. The little ones were left feeling jittery. The world they understood was a dangerous place. Be calm, said Harry. Remember, there is nothing a smart hare with a good plan cannot accomplish. We must move forward. We must love each other as much as we can. We cannot be fearful every time someone comes to the door. No, they were able to take care of themselves. They have a good group. They have a good group. They're able to take care of themselves. The bell rang. The new guest had arrived. He looked like a duck. He walked like a duck. Harry was pretty sure a duck was what he was. Yeah, he looked like it. But he's brought a lot of luggage over. And there's the Hare B&B. We love a good moon. Somebody else is coming. Oh, that was it. Look at that. Coyote Barbecue pop-up. This is a very recent book. I love it. The end. Yeah, 2021. Hare B&B. That was a good one. That one was cute. Very creative. All right, let's take a vote. We started with Where the Sidewalk Ends. Mr. Putter and Tabby Walk the Dog. It's a very unique story, I agree. Airbnb, they were able to put in all of the more recent social media. Let's take a vote. 1, 2, or 3. Lisa Brown 2, John 2, or 3. I'm sorry, Lola 3. Yeah, those are some good ones. Oh, John 2. Yeah. From the Attic 2. Katie 2 and 3. Anna 3. We are at 20K. You guys are doing really good on the chats tonight. Lauren too. All right. We have a special book tonight. It's one that I saw advertised on social media, on Instagram. This lady, I forgot what her name is, what her handle is, but she shows different types of children's literature books, like different types that you can read. And this is one of them that she had. War. With everything going on in the world, we need a very simple description of what war is like. You guys are going to really love these illustrations. We love a good end page. Black. Now, when you look at this cover, kind of like a goldish gold with black. But when you compare it next to this black end page, it becomes a gold. Really good one. You have this really ominous picture here. Spiders. Big spiders. So here we have these, it's like this aerial view of these trees. Aerial view of a forest, and then you have these black tendrils coming in. These black, menacing looking tendrils coming in. We get a closer view inside the trees, and the tendrils are making their way at the bottom here. And then look at what we see up here. A black crow. A black crow. Omnious signs. Omnis. And all of those things come together, and you see the tendrils. And what is it that forms? The black tendrils form what? Remember when we saw this picture here? Yeah, a crow. Comes together, forms a crow. It's almost like this is the eye right here, the beak. And then the eye. Yeah, very artsy. And then the crow flies away. And you get this reddish blood. War spreads through the day like a whispered, swift disease. This is a really good book because the pictures tell a story, and there's not a lot of text. There's not a lot of description, but just enough. Yeah, spooky owl. We're gonna see. We're gonna see what that is. War hears nothing, sees nothing, and feels nothing. So we get this aerial view of that forest again. And then look at this shadow, this looming shadow over the trees. Another crow. I think in this time, Spooky Owl the Crow is gonna be death. Because crows always they shift, like, remember the scarecrow? The scarecrow makes friends with the little baby crow. War knows where it is feared and where it is wished for. Yeah, death. Yeah, Lola, the trees do represent people. War knows where it is feared and where it is wished for. And then looking in that window, and there's the crow. This line is very thought-provoking. War knows where it is feared, where people don't want it, and where it is wished for. Some people are wishing for war. So here we have the inside of that dark figure looking out the window. And look what's coming into this open window. Spiders, creepy crawlies, and this snake tendril. Big snake spiders. War takes on the brutal brutal shape of all our fears. Look at that. All the creepy crawlies are going to their master. It's probably a black widow. John. Oh, hell no. War feeds on hate, ambition, and spite. He's looking at his master plans of what he's going to do. War invades the gentle sleep of innocence. These remind me of Star Wars. Some of those mechanical engine or beings that they are, those mechanical like stormtroopers or whatever they were called. War takes on the face of the sickness it brings us. So crazy. My husband's a combat vet who did 3 tours. This hits home. Oh, Kimberly, interesting. Right, Spaghetti? Bugs are creepy, but because they can be hiding anywhere. Yes, at any time. War takes on the face of the sickness it brings us. And look at all these different helmets that represent different types of war. Look at this one. A white hood. That is Vikings. Isn't it, Lauren? Very deep. So probably be for upper elementary and middle school. Because it is so nuanced. It has a lot of, you gotta really think about it. Yeah, bold for a children's book. This is usually a representation of war. A battle's coming. War was never able to tell stories. So you have these big piles of books. The all-terrain Renaissance transport from John, I love that you know that. I knew somebody in the audience would be able to clarify that. So here you have the leader here lighting a match, these pile of books. And notice that the color on this is just gold and black. John, I love that. War saddens, crushes, and silences. That big boot. Yes, everyone has a different story to tell. Very true, Lola. A war boot. No words. I almost think these are concentration. I think these are gas chambers. These look like gas chambers. Without any words. I find that fascinating. They say it without saying it. Yes, camps. Very subtle. There's no, like, you know, we're talking about the boot. We're talking about the aspect of war. And then we just see this. Without any words, you have to draw your own conclusion. Yes, very relevant. Mm-hmm. It's been a while since I tuned in. Aww. Kat, welcome back. Those were the same boots I wore. Lola, right? Yeah, no words needed. They remind me of, what are those boots called? The combat boots from the 90s. War is a machine for pain, the evil factory of all kinds of rage. Yeah, multiple things at once. Yes, spooky owl, I agree. Doc Martens. Doc Martens. Kimberly, yes, Doc Martens. We came to the same answer at the same time. War begets shadowy iron children. War begets shadowy iron children. And then look at this one. Look at the pattern it makes. All the soldiers. Isn't that crazy? It does something to your eye when you look at it. Is it supposed to make you dizzy because it's war? War has dreams of glory that will burn everything. He's making his proclamation, what they're going to destroy. War is the exact destination of all our miseries. Yeah, that was a good line, huh, Cynthia? War likes to rule over ruins. It doesn't look like the city's been bombed yet or bombarded yet. But look at what this page is. So we see the airplanes taking off. We see the target. And then we see what they're going to do. And then an aerial view of them bombing. War is death's final hiding place. An army coming out. Yes, nuclear missiles. War is thunder and chaos. Yes, Kat, I agree. War is thunder and chaos. And then look at this last one. The casualties. Yeah, Lauren, I love it. Yeah, John, a real cool book. The patterns, I think the patterns are the best. Just stunning. Aw, Dartini. Hey, Dartini, welcome in. Thank you for watching those. I appreciate that. War is silence. The aftermath. Yes, very true. Yeah, John, this is a good one. Very deep, meaningful. Great colors, too. Gold and black. The end. Let me read the author's description on here. It's just kind of hard to read, though, because it's small writing. Yeah. I'll have to make it bigger. Because I can't read it. It's too small. And the black and gold don't help. Okay, let's see. Let's take a vote. We started with Where the Sidewalk Ends. Cat. This one is called War by Jose George Latira and Andre Latira. Brother, it's like two brothers. Then we read two, Mr. Putter and Tabby Walk the Dog. Airbnb. This is a good one. And then 4, War. Oops. I'm going to go with 4. I really love the art in this one. I really love the art in this one. The message is deep. But I can't believe. Aw. Lola, I appreciate that. Yeah, we're already at 10:19. Yeah, this was a good one. Magali 3 and 4, John 4, Stacy 4, Lauren 4 for the audacity. I love it. Jamie 4. Yeah, a very deep message. You got really good titles tonight. You guys got really good titles tonight. Alrighty, friends. That concludes our West Coast feed. Always good to have you guys back. Always good to have you guys join. Always have a good time. You could have held her hand. Oh, golly, I love it. We will be back on Sunday, back to regular scheduled programming. I don't have Soldiers Don't Tell War Stories anymore because these days it's just about getting through them. Yes. That's very deep. Thank you so much for that, Lauren. I appreciate that. Sunday we will be back to regular schedule. I have 2 more weeks left of vacation, so we will be ready. I think I gotta go through these books because I completely forgot which ones we've read and which ones we haven't. I've got a ton of them. Thank you guys for joining. I really appreciate it. Have yourselves a good weekend, and we will see you on Sunday night. Have a good night, everyone.